Dangerous. That's how one area fire chief is describing the combination that is all too familiar to us here. High wind and dry land.
And as we go deeper into wildfire season, KCBD News Channel 11's Michael Cantu reports worries are increasing.
The wind is blowing and the land is very dry.
As we, experience these more intense weather events, we're just going to have to start getting prepared.
Plainview's Fire Chief Bobby Gibson is looking over plans already in place in case wildfires spark. And with recent weather, it feels like those plans may have to be put in place soon.
I'm on my 34th year. I've never witnessed a windstorm like we had on Sunday, so it's extremely dangerous out here.
A Texas A&M Forest Service report shows this year the fire season is expected to be normal, but
normal going into March especially may be something like 5 fires for 40,000 acres. That's still, quite a bit of acres burned.
March is a peak wildfire season for this area, and winds could allow things to get out of hand quickly. So the anticipation for intense fires is high, especially for Chief Gibson, who was fighting an intense wildfire last year that came dangerously close to Plainview.
We're much better off today than we were last year. Most of the time, fire departments are reactive because we're not really getting out there until the emergency is kicked off. What we're trying to do now is just get ahead of the things that we know that could be high risk for us.
In fact, the department and city have come up with new practices to be more prepared for the common structure fires and the not-so-common wildfires.
It can certainly determine whether you have multiple losses, multiple dollar losses, or possible life safety issues. We know that if we get ahead of that, it's certainly going to lessen those chances for us in the long run.
Michael Cantu, KCBD News Channel 11.